Hey guys, this is Alex703 Rockstar and I am back. Guess what? Happy Thanksgiving. First of all, it is Thanksgiving and I'm looking forward to eating some good turkey tonight. Yeah, I actually do have time to make a review this morning. But before I do that review, and I think you all know which one it is, at least those of you who were at my blog TV last night. And speaking of my blog TV, I had an excellent time last night. A good amount of you showed up. Maybe not at the beginning, but about 1 hour in, there are at least like 11 people, which is sort of where I wanted to be at. So that was good. I hope to have more of these in the future, and I'll keep you posted on those. But as I showed on my blog TV last night, I picked up Kanye West, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. And let me just start off by saying that the packaging is fucking brilliant on this album. Read it from front to back. Kanye West. You can change this image in the cover. There are like 10 different images you can put there. And it also, at least the edition I bought, comes with the DVD of the whole Runaway video, which is actually quite good. Not something I would watch over and over again, but it's good. Anyway, how does this album compare to his last 4 albums? How does this album compare to Pitchfork's score of it? Well, let me just go ahead and say that I love this album. When I first listened to it, I hated it though. I thought it was like ridiculous, over the top, bad rapping, and poorly organized and long. But it definitely grew on me. It is still long, there is still some bad rapping, but a lot of the lyrics have actually sort of gained emotion as I've listened to the album further, which is kind of weird. I think Kanye West has actually sort of learned how to rap, whereas on his first couple of albums it would be mostly bad rapping with a couple clever lines. Now, although he does have some filler in his raps, he actually has meaningful lyrics, and I appreciate that. I think that's very good. And it adds, that way it's not just you're appreciating the production on the album. That way you can actually, appreciate what he's talking about too. And what I love about this album is that he's embraced the fact that he's such an egomaniac. Before, he was totally an asshole, but he would try to act like he was humble. But now he's like, fuck that. I know I'm an asshole. Don't listen to every single thing I say, but this is me. So take it for what it's worth. If you like it, you like it. If not, you don't. So I really appreciate that honesty. And it leads to this album, which is just such a maximalist production. It's such a big, grandiose sound. And someone commented on my blog TV last night saying that's like it was so ridiculously over the top, and I think it is, but I think that's its biggest strength, how over the top it is. That it's almost like Kanye knows he's such an asshole, but he also just wants to be loved by people too in a way. So he just does so much to get that love. I think it's brilliant. But he also is such a music buff. I mean, he samples King Crimson, he samples Aphex Twin. It's not like he knows nothing about music. He knows what he's doing, and he manages to walk this tightrope of being able to make it sound like he put a ton of work into these songs while still feeling very spontaneous at the same time, which is something that not a lot of artists can do. Now, no song here is straightforward. The songs range between 5 and 9 minutes in length, all of them. Only Power, the lead single, and Dark Fantasy, the opening track, clock in at under 5 minutes, and they're almost there. The one, Dark Fantasy is 4 minutes 44 seconds, and Power is 4 minutes and 52 seconds, so they're not far off. And there's generally not one emotion in each song. Generally, there's some sort of tempo change in the middle, or some sort of change in vocal delivery, or the change in beat, and it's awesome. It's like it's like he'll be saying one thing, and then he'll realize that this emotion led him to something else. Like, for example, in Power, he's saying, how could one man have all that power? And he's saying how annoying it is that everyone thinks he's such an egomaniac, but by the end of the song, he's decided that he loves having that power, so whatever. There's some really chilling songs like Blame Game and this song Runaway, which is the best part of the whole Runaway video. The ballet scene during this is epic. Now, this album is not perfect. As I said, there is some bad rapping, and I think that comes mostly from some lame guest appearances. Rick Ross, Nicki Minaj. Why do they have to be there? Even Jay-Z did not exactly kill it on the songs he was on. I think Kanye made a mistake in having Monster and So Appalled back to back because they're the two posse cuts on this album. And although So Appalled is a decent song, you don't really want to hear it after you've heard Monster, which is also a posse cut and better than So Appalled, because So Appalled has no hook. It has this like semi-hook that it repeats ad nauseum, and it's not good. But there are some good guest appearances. I mean, although I said Rick, like I hate Rick Ross, but this is the only place where you'll hear Rick Ross and Bon Iver on the same song, you know? That's Kanye West for you. So, yeah, in that sense, it's also very diverse. I actually think the back half of the album is stronger than the front half, too, which is just super impressive. That's, you know, rare for an artist, and he just manages to show off so emotion. This is really his magnum opus, I think, here. It takes what he's had from his past 4 albums, it takes a little bit from each one of them, and then also adds another layer on top of it, and combines it all together into this beauty. It's not a 10 out of 10 like Pitchfork gave it. That's a little ridiculous. But, however, I'm going to say, this is going to be remembered as one of the best albums of the decade, I think. Even though it's still early in the decade, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Yeah, it's that good. Fuck you, The Needle Drop. You are too indie to like this album, but it's good. It's good. Everyone else agrees with me, so. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Have a good Thanksgiving, by the way. And I want more blog TVs to be happening soon.